Welcome to the Villains Lounge.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, supervillains of all ages, I want to welcome y'all to the Villains Lounge, and I am your host, the Three Counts resident supervillain, the Dark Lord himself, the Dark Goat, Damian Fatale. And I'm going to start off with the news tonight, and I'm going to start off with some sad news. Paul the Butcher Rashawn passed away. I want to say this past weekend. Shout outs to his family, condolences, and keep his family in your thoughts. Um, Also in the news, Mike Santana officially gone from AEW. So hey, look, I want to go out. I want to see him go out there and have some fun. So good for you, Santana. And then, last and not least, Sammy Guevara has been suspended from AEW for not following concussion protocol in his match with Jeff Hardy. So basically, when he came down with those knees, the ref went and checked on Hardy, and I believe the ref must have communicated to Guevara, and Guevara, I guess, maybe didn't hear him and thought he was supposed to go home and hit him with his finisher anyway, which was basically dropping him on his head. And yeah, so he got suspended for that. Very, very interesting play, Tony. But I guess let's just get into it. Um I did not watch Collision. As a matter of fact, I totally forgot about Collision. Um I mean, did it even happen this past uh did it happen? Let's find out. Oh, okay, I guess it did happen. Um so it looks like we got um Ah, Mark Briscoe, he fought off the House of Black. I guess he got attacked by them. Pentagon, El Zero Mio versus Brian Keith and Dante Martin. Um, Dante Martin picked up that victory. Um, Mariah May won her match against somebody. It doesn't really say. You had Austin Gunn and the Acclaim face the Dark Order, and the Acclaim and Austin Gunn came out as victorious on that one. You had Private Party versus Christopher Daniels and Matt Sydal. Wow, that's interesting. I was going to say if Private Party didn't win that, that's just sad. But Private Party won that. Uh, Thunder Roses had a squash match. You had Cassidy, Trent Beretta, Garcia, and Hook versus Cage, Killswitch, and Strong. Oh my god, that is just oh the heels won. Um, Warlow came out and cut a promo, and I guess that's it. So it is what it is. So let's look that up real quick. Um, so that was AEW Collision from Saturday before Revolution, which I did do a raw reaction. All in all, for me, the pay per view was probably 3.5 stars. So there you go. All right, so let's go into the Raw results from last night. Cody Rhodes opened up Raw with a promo, talking about what Rock said and the challenge that he tossed out there for Cody and Seth for night one at WrestleMania with all the stipulations, bells and whistles. Then Seth also came out, trashed The Rock, basically said he got Cody's back and that they both will be on SmackDown to officially answer The Rock. So interesting. Then you had Dirty Dom versus the WWE Intercontinental Champion Gunther in a non-title match, and before the match started, you actually had Michael Cole acknowledge and congratulate Sting on his retirement and his match at Revolution. So that was interesting. Um, yeah, Dom got his ass kicked. Tried to chop Gunther and then got chopped himself and put in his place, power bombed, and Gunther submitted Dom to get that W. So yeah, I guess that is what it is, right? Um, then Nakamura was in the back, went to Adam Pearce's office. Damage Control was back there saying they were scouting talent. Um, they talked about Andrade making his Raw debut later on, and then you get a tag match between Shayna Baszler and Zoe Starks versus Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. Damage Control was watching that ringside, scouting the match. Baszler and Stark was putting in that work, and so was Chance and Carter. And when it looked like Carter and Chance had the W after hitting the after party, Baszler pulled out Chance and locked in her submission, and then giving Stark that chance for the roll up, and Stark and Baszler gets the W. Um, Andrade had an interaction with Judgment Day. Andrade went to check on Dirty Dom. Interesting. What are we gonna see there? So then we get Becky Lynch versus Nia Jax. And by the way, I didn't rate the tag match or the first match. The first match, I'm gonna give that two axe handles, and you know the second match that gets two axe handles. Um, Nia Jax and Becky Lynch was everything that it was supposed to be. Nia sitting there, you know, being the dominant one with the strength. Becky Lynch, she tried to fight as she always does. Um, but then all of a sudden you had Liv Morgan come out attacking Nia Jax, causing the disqualification win for Nia Jax, and some little trouble between Lynch and Morgan. So I gave that one three axe handles, building that story up for WrestleMania and possibly a certain Liv or and Nia into that. Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch get in it backstage to set up a match for next week on Raw. Liv Morgan versus the man Becky Lynch. The GM of Raw, Adam Pearce, which was the backstage segment. He sets up a match for next week on Raw, a gauntlet match, 6 men. The winner will face the WWE Intercontinental Champion Gunther at WrestleMania 40. And those 6 men are Sami Zayn, Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, Big Bronson Reed, JD McDonough, and Chad Gable. And the winner will face Gunther at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship. All right, so then next we get Andrade's debut for Monday Night Raw, and he's facing Apollo Cruz, and this was a good back and forth match. Each man looking strong, jockeying for position, but in the end, Andrade gets the W when he locks in that hammerlock DDT. Love that move, and got that W. So that is 2.5 axe handles for me. So then we move on to the Judgment Day versus Imperium, another great non-title match. Both teams were hitting hard and looking great. But in the end, Priest hits the South of Heaven and gets the W. The 1, 2, 3. So I gave that one 3.5 axe handles. Um, Also, on an awesome note, Paul Heyman will be inducted in the 2024 WWE Hall of Fame class. So he is the first inductee announced. So congratulations, Mr. Heyman. So the next match we get Sami Zayn versus Ivar, and Ivar um gave Sammy the business, but the underdog kept fighting. It was a hard fought fight and a hard fought victory, and he just ducked and moved and swerved. Got uh Ivar in the corner to hit him with a haluva kick to get that W. And I gave this one 2.5 axe handles. So now I'm gonna move on to the main event. I know I'm probably miss a few backstage segments, but they're not super important. Raw is 3 hours long, so the main event saw main event Jay Uso versus uh Drew McIntyre, and it was a great match. And sorry for the interruption, but it is what it is. But it was a great match. They both went to war, both just killing it. The men is just these men are just hate each other. They just whooping each other's ass. But in the end, Jimmy comes out, causes the distraction when Jay has the match in hand, and then Drew took advantage of that, hit him with the Claymore, and 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre gets the W. So in the end, that's what we get. Drew just taking advantage of any situation to get those W's. And I give this match a 3 axe handles. Overall, 3.5 axe handles for Monday Night Raw. Good show. Basically setting up WrestleMania, setting up matches. So you know what? Let's kill it. So yeah, I guess this is the end. Thanks for sticking with me. Sorry I didn't do one yesterday. Tired as hell from Revolution, but hey, peace.
Welcome to the Villains Lounge.